Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Visit Michigan City LaPorte, closer than you think, better than you imagine. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
And a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Baseball Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you today from beautiful Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis as the Region Sports Network presents live coverage of the Class 4A Baseball State Championship as the Bloomington South takes on Lake Central. Bloomington South coming in here just about an hour away, a little hour south of Indianapolis. Lake Central coming from St. John, about 2 hours north of Indianapolis. Michael Brenner here for all the play-by-play action live from Victory Field, along with my dad, Ron Bradner. Dad, I'm not sure what the broadcast equivalent of, hey, do you want to have a catch is, but hey, do you want to have a catch?
Yeah, this is about what it amounts to. It's a beautiful field here. It's a beautiful evening. You couldn't ask for much more than this.
In your first time, really, downtown Indianapolis area. We've done some tours here and there, but welcome to Victory Field. Welcome to Indianapolis. Happy to have you along with us. It's an honor for me to be able to call this game alongside you, especially the day before Father's Day here as we get set to crown a 4A state champion. It will be a new 4A state champion compared to last year. Valparaiso winning the game last year. Lake Central winning the year just before that, and Penn before that, and before that. And, well, it doesn't matter before that because we're looking at Lake Central and Bloomington South right now. Bloomington South poses a very interesting streak. We'll talk about them first here. The Panthers of Bloomington South, they got an interesting way of getting here. Their championship game of semi-state, they were able to score a run, but they didn't get any hits. That's not very often that you do that.
Yeah, when you get down to this level, when you're going to state, semi-state, state, it's hard to score runs. You're talking about the elite of the elite pitchers, but you have to do the little things. If you can get on an error or a walk, you have to move guys over, and that's how you get them in, with another error or a walk. You have to do the little things to get to here.
They do have one state championship to their program's history back in 1972. And it has been 54 years since they've been here to play in a championship game. So, first off, just kudos to them and congratulations to them on getting here. Like you said, it's not an easy thing to be able to get here to Indianapolis. You have said this on countless broadcasts. A lot of luck has to kind of bounce your way. And that's exactly what happened with Bloomington South. They didn't get a hit, but a walk and then an error allowed them to get that one run, which was all they needed to get that win in semi-state in that championship game last week.
Yeah, it's hard. It's one game. If you lose, you're out. And on any given day, anybody can beat anybody. That's no one wins every game every year. It's impossible. There's no way for 18 kids on your baseball team to all have a great day every day.
Yeah, there's no question about it. That's too many factors that go into that one. We're just about set here. The tarps are coming off. They're going to start laying the groundwork and raking the field. Both teams have taken infield, so the umpires are starting to make their way out to the area behind home plate as of right now. We are thrilled to have you with us here on the Region Sports Network, and coaches about to make their way to the area where the umpires are as well to start exchanging lineup cards, and we've got those lineup cards already for you, so we'll bring you those starting lineups in just a moment. One thing to note for Bloomington South as well, they are on a 5-game win, or a tournament win streak. They're on a 9-game win streak, 9 out of their last 10 wins coming up here, but in that time that they've won here in the tournament streak, they're averaging just a tick under 5 runs a game. How is that going to match up against Lake Central? Well, in the 6 games that Lake Central has played, and we'll talk more about them on the other side of the break, they're averaging 9 runs a game. So they're getting it done offensively. The question is going to be, can they get it done in the pitching side? We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. You're listening to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strack & Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strack & Van Til.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
And we welcome you back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We're live from Victory Field as we're set to bring you the 4A State Championship here from Victory Field, downtown Indianapolis. It's going to be a fun one. Let's talk about those Lake Central Indians now. Let's face it, most people, if you had asked them at the beginning of the season, were they going to get down here to Indianapolis? A lot of people probably said, I don't know. What do they got? Well, 2 years ago, Lake Central definitely was dominant in the pitching department. The hitting was the question. This year, the hitting was what nobody was questioning. It was going to be the pitching. The pitching has done well enough to get them here to Indianapolis. I imagine it's going to do well again here today.
Yeah, over the last couple weeks, these kids are really matured. You know, you're talking fastballs that they're pinpointing them in and out. They're really trying to keep the batters off guessed. You know, curveball sometimes when you think a fastball's coming, you know, these guys are really locked in right now, and this is the final game to prove it.
And in a lot of ways, you know, you got young pitchers. You know, you've got sophomores, you've got juniors. And so, you know, if you're looking to get back here in a season or two, you got young studs that are getting here in good work as youngsters. No question about it. Lake Central looking for their 10th state title in all school history. They have 9 in school history. The one note that is very interesting, Lake Central softball won state just the other week, not too long ago, about a week ago, and now Lake Central has a chance to become just the 3rd school in state history to win not only a softball state championship but a baseball state championship in the same season. Lake Central softball rolling in a lot of ways in that game. Lake Central baseball would like to do the exact same thing. So from everyone here at the Region Sports Network, we congratulate LC softball. I, on a personal note, am very excited about that happening. But you figure in all the years that these tournaments have been going on, I think 1967 was like the first baseball state tournament. Only 2 other schools have won softball and baseball state in the same season. it just goes to show it is not easy to get to a state championship.
Right. You're talking about just to get one team to make it to state, whether they win it or not, it's astronomical. You have to have a lot of things go right. Your pitching has to come together that day. They say defense wins championships, but you have to hit too. As Bloomington South, they didn't even get a hit, scored their one run. Their defense held up the whole game. They won 1-0.
One thing that they do before the game here is they do acknowledge a teacher from each designated school. And from my vantage point, it looks like Coach Holzerman is the designated teacher to represent Lake Central for their excellence in the classroom and in their school community. So congratulations to Coach Holzerman out there, as the Lake Central team all out there to give a big hand to the teachers out there. You can hear the crowd clapping for sure. And Coach Holzerman gives a wave back to the crowd, and a big hearty congratulations to him as he gives a big handshake over to Coach Schwarzentrooper. So again, audio-only call for you here today for this Lake Central State Championship appearance, and looking for their second title in 3 seasons. It's looking for their third title in program history, 2012, 2024, and then now looking for it again here in 2026. A lot of things we can talk about. I can go outscoring opponents, scoring 9 runs a game since the season has started. They started 8-6 on the year. This team knows the narrative. They were 8-5 in April, 15-3 in May. That's when they started making that run, and then 4-0 here in the month of June. You can talk about the pitching. You can talk about the woes of the hitting that started the year, but things are on track right now. And as you said before, it's not always the best team. It's who's playing hot at the right time and who's making the fewest mistakes. Lake Central right now is doing what they need to do. These guys are confident. I had a chance to talk to a lot of these guys at their media day earlier this week. The one thing, and the coaching staff said this as well, the one thing, or I guess the two things, family dynamic, resiliency. That has been the echo of Lake Central here this year.
Yeah, these kids they've been playing together probably close to 10 years. Some of these kids. You start out with travel ball and stuff. You've played with these guys. You know the tendencies. You know where your second baseman's going on a ground ball. You know what everyone's going to do. When the play happens. Both these teams fundamentally strong. They're making the right plays. If you make an error, you make an error. Everybody makes errors. There's guys making millions of dollars a year. They still make errors. It happens. Sometimes it's a bad hop. We can't always see it's a bad hop. They're just playing the ball. But right now, these kids, they love each other. They've been together. It's just a fun time right now.
Yeah, and being on this stage is not for the weary. So not ranked in the coaches poll, not a team that has been ranked a good chunk of the season in terms of the coaches poll. But man, oh man, they beat some of those top teams. They beat Crown Point. They beat Munster. They beat Penn. All teams in the top 7 of that coaches poll. Lake Central beat them to get here. They're going to start introducing some of the non-starters in the game today. On the other side of the break, we will bring you the starting lineups for both Bloomington South and Lake Central. You are listening to Game Day here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
While you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
We welcome you back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Tonight's batting order is powered by Great Lakes Sports Hub, where athletes train harder, recover smarter, and compete at their best. Elevate your game at the Hub. Starting lineup today for Bloomington South. The Panthers of Bloomington South leading off will be Reed Walker, the shortstop, followed by number 6, Max Surdam, the left fielder, followed by number 21, Luke Arnett, who plays first base. Then number 20 will be Connor Couch, the third baseman, followed by number 11, Drew Paleo, who patrols right field, has a good cannon back there in right field. He has 6 assists on the year. Then followed is number 17, Jake McCammon, followed by number 3, Boston Held, along with number 9, Jonathan Winstead. And then rounding out the lineup is number 5, Blake Asqui. Pitching today, as we start to introduce the starting pitchers for today's game, that means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg
with a U.
Berg with a U, that's right. All right, leading off for the Lake Central Indians today is Owen Koperzinski. In 14 appearances this year, 6-0 start, with a 2.59 ERA, giving up 0 home runs, 54 innings pitched, 52 hits allowed, 34 runs, only 20 earned, though, 24 walks, 46 strikeouts. His last appearance against Zionsville, he went 5 innings, giving up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. We are ready to go here in the 4A state title game. First pitch from the left-hander, Owen Koperzinski, pitches it inside to Reed Walker. Game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Econom Electric Heating and Cooling. Is a very comfortable 74 degrees here in Indianapolis as the 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. I'm sorry, that was a 1-0, so now fouled back to the screen, so 1-1 the count. Very comfortable temperatures, a little windy here in Indianapolis, not too bad though. 74, 78 degrees here in downtown Indianapolis. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back. 1-2 the count. So that's your game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Econom Electric Heating and Cooling. Keeping the cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The shadows not really much of a factor in this one, Dad. Really just Keegan O'Brien out there in center is kind of dealing with that at the moment. Brower a little sun fading his way. As the 1-2 pitch comes upstairs, it's 2-2 the count to Reed Walker. The starting shortstop for Bloomington South comes in with a record or with an average of .414.
Yeah, Keegan out in center has got the sun. It's coming from his side, though, so it shouldn't really affect on a fly ball. Right field, if it gets really, really high, it might affect it a little. I think pretty soon here the sun's not going to affect anything.
So underway here in the 4A state championship game, the 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, was Walker from Koperzinski.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there with a 2-2 count. Try to just time it up. He just got enough of it to see another pitch.
So the lefty for Lake Central has done really good work this season. Here's another 2-2. That's up and out. We'll give you the Lake Central defensive lineup here. Forsteck in left. O'Brien in center. Brower in right. That's from left to right. Friesma over at third. Robinson at short. Villegas at second. Tuffedall at first. And Walls behind the dish for Koperzinski. The payoff pitch on the ground left side. This will be foul. And the third base coach snares that one. Nice job by the coach out there. Gives Reed Walker a nice hand there. So we're about, 7 pitches in right now? Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, 7. He's fouled 2 off, 3-2 count. Koperzinski's really keeping him off guard here, though.
Another payoff pitch. This one driven in the air deep to center. Keegan O'Brien going back. It's going to be over his head. This is going to roll all the way to the wall. Making the turn to second base is Walker. He makes a big turnaround second, but gets back in safely to second. And the Bloomington South fans begin with their cheers as we start with a leadoff double by Reed Walker. Not his 10th extra base hit of the season, 10th double of the season.
Yeah, fastball right down the middle. He just took it right back into the left center gap. Showed a lot of power with that. That's 418 way into the corner. So
yeah, 418 to, so dead center is probably about 406-ish. There's a bump out towards the left, to left center, which is about 418. There's a little gap in right center that's 405. So a big field here at Victory Field. 420 down the line. Right center straight away is 362. So big field here at Victory Field. First pitch into Max Surdam.
Yeah, 320 down both lines. If you can get it right to the foul pole, you could reach that.
And this is one of those tough ones, and we talked about O'Brien having to deal with the sun in his eyes. Not sure if he got the best read right off the bat, but either way, that one was smoked to center field. It was going to get over his head, I believe, regardless, because we're playing about medium depth here in the outfield. Only left field is kind of shaded back a little bit.
Yeah. Braden Walls are there on the really nice stop to not let the runner get to third base.
It's a 1-1 pitch by Koperzinski, swung on and missed. Koperzinski will feature the fastball, which he can get in the 80-mile-an-hour range, mid-80s maybe. He has the breaking ball, and then the changeup. Doesn't throw it as often. Kind of a work in progress while he's working through this Lake Central program here. A 1-2. Just inside. Walls with another nice stop. It's another right-handed batter for Surdam. The only left-handed hitter in the lineup for Bloomington South is Luke Arnett, who bats next.
Where Lake Central, just the opposite, has tons of lefties.
On the ground, right side, scooped up by Tuffetall, who's going to step on the cushion to his left and snares that one, but it's a productive out as it gets the runner to third base.
Yeah, stayed right with it, just hit it the other way. Tuffetall made a great play at first. Got down on it, good footwork, got to the bag, kept the runner at third base. That's all you can do with that play.
Talked about with Tuffetall this week about the difference in the dirt versus the turf. You know, you play all season long at Lake Central, the turf field, and how you have to adjust as the infield plays mostly in. The middle infielders are kind of shaded back, certainly ahead of where they're normally positioned. Robinson shading back a little bit more.
Yeah, hit up the middle, ground ball. I think they're going to give him a run. I think Lake Central's not going to just wait on one run.
0-1 the count to Luke Arnett, the first baseman for Bloomington South. Bats .326. Does have 11 extra base hits on the year. Swung on and missed.
Yeah, as you talked about before,
the count.
As you talked about before, Lake Central scoring a lot of runs. They're not worried about one run in the first. They figure they can score some runs to get back in it.
This one lifted down the left field line, but we'll get back to the screen. They are outscoring their opponents 54-18. So.
Yeah, and just last week they went down 4-0 in the first inning, came right back, scored 4 of their own.
As in against Zionsville, yep.
So they're not afraid of that.
The 1-2 pitch just misses. You can hear maybe the groans a little bit from the Lake Central fans. They wanted. It was close, but 2-2 the count here to Arnett. 2-2. That's on the outside corner for a called strike 3. 2 away in the first. Big strikeout, 47th of the year for Koperzinski.
Really, really nice pitch, fastball on the outside. I think he was looking for a breaking ball that was going to break off the plate, and he ended up throwing him a fastball right on the outside corner.
And now Connor Couch comes up, the third baseman. First pitch just misses inside to the right-handed hitter. Defense playing straight up the way they normally would. Maybe the outfield shaded a little bit to the left side pull. Comes a 1-0 pitch, That's inside, so 2-0 with 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Lake Central wearing white pants with the blue stirrup down the side. And their blue jerseys with the white, or with the LC cap with the white front, and then everything else is blue, including the brim and the back of the hat.
Yeah, Braden going to call timeout, calm him down a little bit. Three pitches on the inside corner here, all just off the plate. I don't know if that's such a bad thing with the 4-hitter with a runner on third, but
the wind seems to be blowing in a little bit here at Victory Field. You see the flags moving in from left field. 3-0 the count to Couch. Third baseman is going to Columbia. That pitch right down Main Street there for a strike from Koperzinski. Set up on the middle part of the rubber. Runner at third, 2 away. The 3-1 just missing outside, so it's a 2-out walk here with a runner at third, and these guys clearly may have picked up something on Koperzinski because they're constantly, this Bloomington South team, talking to each other. So maybe a little nugget about what they've seen, what kind of movement they're seeing, or if there's a tipping of pitches. You'll have to pay attention for that. But
yeah, I don't really see that. I think what they're doing is trying to tell the next batter how much break he has on his curveball. You know, what is he throwing you when he's ahead? What is he throwing when he's behind? Is he relying on the fastball when he falls behind? Or
fastball into Paulaleo, who swings and misses the right fielder. 281 average. It might just be words of encouragement as well. It's like, hey, we got this. Let's go. Keep it moving. Well, Lake Central saying, nuh-uh, not today. That pitch misses down for Koperzinski. The other thing to think about is for Koperzinski, left-handed pitcher, he's only a sophomore as well. So definitely some nerves, I'm sure, going up on that bump.
Yeah, you know, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders. Making a sophomore, starting in the state championship is a big thing.
This one back up the middle. Villegas will pick it up and step on the cushion, and the side is retired. No damage done against Lake Central. We go to the bottom of the first. Lake Central coming up to bat. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Baseball night on the Region Sports Network, and we've got the Class 4A State Championship. Betting lineups sponsored by Great Lakes Sports Hub, combining world-class facilities, cutting-edge technologies, and community support into one unified platform for athlete development. Leading things off, as usual, is Keegan O'Brien, the center fielder for Lake Central, followed by Parker Robinson and then Braden Walls. In the middle of the lineup, Jacob Forstick along with Andrew Brower and Connor Friesma. And then rounding out the lineup, the 7-8-9 hitters, Tyler Tuffetall, Victor Villegas, and Isaac Ochoa. O'Brien in center, as we mentioned. Robinson at short. Walls at catcher. Forstick in left. Brower in right. Friesma at third. Tuffetall at first. Villegas at second. And Ochoa the DH. The starting pitcher today for Bloomington South, brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com for a quote. That's Berg with a U, by the way. Xavier Hemingway in 10 appearances this year, 7-1 record. With a 1.24 ERA, he has given up 3 long balls. He has pitched in 50 2/3 innings. Gave up 33 hits along with 13 runs. 9 of them earned, 17 walks, 64 strikeouts. Umpires today, Robert Davis behind the dish, followed by Kevin Kirsch at first, Philip Nutaro at second, and Robert Lichtenberger over at third. It's Keegan O'Brien ready to step in on that left-hander's batter's box. We mentioned Lake Central, a plethora of left-handed hitters in this lineup.
Yes, we'll see what Hemingway, how his thought process is going to go with all these lefties. Is he going to try to backdoor curveball him and bring it to the outside? Is he going to throw the curveball on the inside and let it curve into him? See if he can get some swing and misses. Both these teams got their work cut out for them to win a championship.
So Hemingway set. He gets the sign from his catcher, McCammon. We'll give you the Bloomington South defensive lineup in just a moment. First pitch to O'Brien, who drives it in the air deep to right. Going back is Paleo. He bounces off of his glove. O'Brien making the turnaround second. He's heading to third, and he will get in there safely with a leadoff triple. Keegan O'Brien starting things up.
Yeah, he just plain tattooed that ball, and I don't know if the sun affected the right fielder a little bit. As you get deeper into right field, the sun does come over the top of the stadium here, but that ball was just tattooed.
All the way to the spot in right field, 320 down the line, in between the gap and 362. We'll see. I believe they're going to have to rule that a triple, right? They're not going to rule that an error.
Yeah. Well,
no, they do rule an error.
They gave him a hit and an error. I'm not really sure what's that on the scoreboard.
Well, LC would be at the bottom, so they do rule the error for Bloomington South. So, because it did touch the glove of Palileo, so that might be why they do rule it an error. I think that's a tough error to give because that ball was smoked.
Yeah, when you're running straight back, the hardest balls to judge as an outfielder are the ones hit right at you. They're either in front or behind. When they're side to side, you get a better view of it. When it's hit right over your head or right in front of you, it's hard to judge.
Parker Robinson drives it into right. Lake Central takes the 1-0 lead. RBI base hit. Parker Robinson is 23rd of the year. Who cares what they give him? It's a run now for Lake Central.
Yeah, Robinson, just this whole tournament so far, willing to take that fastball the other way to right field. Just a smooth swing, line drive right out of the infield.
Robinson, the right-hander in that lineup, now come back to a string of lefties. Here comes Braden Walls, one of the hottest hitters for Lake Central. Has really turned it on here in the later half of this season. He is 7 for his last 16. In his last 6 games, takes the first pitch and misses for ball 1. Walls with 5 RBIs in this tournament stretch, along with 3 extra base hits. Sorry, strike 1 was the first call. Runner at first, no outs. This one the opposite way into left. Walls turns it around, and he gets the single. Robinson drops anchor at second, and now 2 on. Nobody out for Lake Central, who already lead it 1-0.
Yeah, another great piece of hitting. A ball thrown on the outer half. He waits on it to get to the plate, drives it the other way. Smooth swing. It's not about hitting home runs. It's about hitting line drives through the infield.
So the small ball mentality is now Jacob Forstick will come up, and there's going to be a meeting on the bump. The Lake Central runners are going to find their way over to the third base coach, and already a meeting on the mound. First 3 hitters have reached for Lake Central in this one. In the championship game of sectionals last year, where Lake Central was eliminated by Crown Point, only 3 starters returning from that lineup.
Yeah, Bloomington South already going to get someone down in the pen.
They can't send. Well, they can send their third baseman. Nope, they can't because he's patrolling third base. So looks like we got 14 and 19 warming up.
19 is on top of the hill there. So
now Jacob Forstick. In an article with Mike Osipov earlier this week, he said he really took that series against Portage as kind of an eye-opener, and he really wanted to take that time to kind of turn things around, and he has done so. Takes the first pitch in for a strike, inner part of the plate. Forstick is also 9th in the state in RBIs. He's got 41 on the year. He's got an opportunity for more here. If he scores 4, he will tie for third with 45 with guys from the region like Sean Dunlap and Nate Southwell of Munster. shows bunt, puts it down right in front of the plate, right back to the pitcher who throws it over to first base. Second base patrols, very successful sacrifice for Jacob Forstick. Talking about his RBIs, he's willing to do the dirty work and sacrifice to move the runners over.
Yeah,
it's only one out now in the inning.
One out, second and third. When you're the number 4 hitter and you're asked to bunt and you can put down one as nice as that, that's about as good as it gets.
So runners advance to second and third. And now Andrew Brower.
Bloomington's got their shortstop in, but leaving their second baseman back. So
yeah, the left side of the infield in near the grass. The right side is back. This one on a line. It'll bounce and it'll step right to the second baseman who throws to first in time. But another run comes around to score for Lake Central. It's 2-0. Brower gets the RBI ground out. 4-3 on the putout. But it does score a run and keeps Braden Walls at second base. Now, ironically, that's technically 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. However, the run did come around to score because it's technically an out. That's why that stat can be misleading.
Yeah,
so Connor Friesma here, another lefty in this Lake Central lineup, the third baseman, batting .351.
Yeah, and I think Braden at second base had only a okay look at what was going on there, and he didn't know if the second baseman could catch that on a fly. He kind of backed up the whole way and took it off the one bounce.
0-2 the count to Friesma right now. Trying to get that runner at second and take a 3-0 lead to start. Hemingway checks that runner at second, steps on the first base side of the rubber, delivers the pitch. Ball gets away from McCammon a little bit there, but not far enough for Walls to get away.
Yeah, he got down really good to block that. It went off of his right hip a little bit, but not enough to advance a runner.
Friesma 4 for his last 15 in this tournament run with 10 RBIs. This one lifted in the air to center. Winstead comes in and makes the catch on the slide. Really nice defensive play, and it retires the side. But Lake Central jumps out to a 2-0 lead after one. You're listening to Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
down, sit, hut.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Jake McCammon, Boston Held, and Jonathan Winstead, your scheduled hitters here in the top of the second inning. Owen Kopersinski back on the bump for Lake Central, who jump out to a 2-0 lead here in the first. Now, it's early to talk about, but just in case anyone starts to think about it this early or is thinking in general, there is no 10-run rule in the state championship. You do have to play all 7 innings in the state championship game here at Victory Field, so get that out of your head if you were thinking about that right off the bat.
Yeah, you want both teams to play 7 here. You don't want a one big inning make a decision into the game. Anybody can come back. These are both great teams. That's how they got here. You know, you've seen the Major League Baseball teams down by 4 or 5 or 6 come back and win by 4 or 5 or 6. Anything can happen. hitting is contagious. One guy gets a hit, the next guy gets a hit, and now you got the merry-go-round going, and you can score a lot of runs in one inning, and it's just a fever that goes around. Once somebody's hitting and everybody sees it, they're like, I want to hit too.
So the catcher, McCammon, who bats .270 on the year. All of our stats, by the way, coming from Max Preps as he lifts the first one down the right field line. This will get out into the stands. And a young fan will chase that one down and have a nice souvenir here from Victory Field.
Yeah, the sun is totally down now. I don't see any fielders going to have any problem the rest of the game here.
Yeah, everybody should be good. Next pitch is in there for a called strike. I would imagine Kopersinski, now they got that first inning out of the way. He got out of the jam. His defense helped him. Got to imagine the nerves are, and now he's got a 2-0 lead as well. The 0-2 comes upstairs.
Yeah, he had a nice breaking ball in that second pitch. Came back, challenged him 0-2 with a fastball. I'm sure that batter was looking at maybe another curveball.
Comes a 1-2 pitch. This one in the air to right, and it's going to be picked up and snared by Villegas in short right.
Yeah, he just waited to time that. He almost started to jump too soon, and the ball just wasn't coming that hard.
Well, one thing I'm going to be curious about, too, and you tell me if you think this is going to be a problem for bat. I don't know. Our level is going to be a little different than what they're experiencing. We're high up behind home plate. But one thing that can start being a factor is even though the sun's going down, it's going to start going off those windows and some of these hotels in the background as well. Not sure if that can affect a hitter or not.
Oh, yeah, I've never been here, so I didn't really think about that. But
well, I'm starting to get the glare off some of the windows at one of the hotels across the street. So here's the 1-0 pitch. This one lifted in the air down the left field line. That is a foul ball. And if that had been a fair ball, this would have been a one-run game.
Yeah, he got all of that. He turned on that ball right down the left field line, right where the 320 is.
11 extra base hits off the bat of Boston Held. And now the count 1-1.
Yeah, I'm throwing him a curveball outside here now.
A pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
He goes with the fastball out there.
And he's ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. This one fouled back to the screen. In the 4 games that Kopersinski has pitched here in this tournament, he's going into today, he's gone at 19 2/3 innings, so 20 2/3 innings now. He's given up 17 hits, 8 earned runs, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. Again, those are all numbers coming into today. He's given up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. So we can update those numbers. Here comes a 2-2. Fouled back to the screen again. Those at 20 2/3, 18 hits, 8 earned runs, 8 walks, 16 strikeouts. Now in 5 appearances. And he's still in progress in game number 5. Another 2-2. Skips down, and now the count is full.
Yeah, even with runners on base, he doesn't seem to be too worried. When he pitches from the stretch, he still keeps his composure. He doesn't let a runner on base change what he wants to do on the mound.
Payoff pitch. Lifted in the air to center. O'Brien shading to his right, camping underneath and making the catch in center field.
Yeah, last time we saw him, a couple runners on. He had to try to pick off move, got to move runners over because he had a bad throw to first. But he settles down, throws his pitches, he gets into his groove, and he's tough to beat.
So now Jonathan Winstead, 238 average coming into today. His first pitch misses for ball 1. If you're looking for a winning formula, we have one. Region Sports is powered by Pulse Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. The next pitch on the ground, picked up by Friesmo, gobbles that up quickly. The throw to first is in time. And 1-2-3, they go for Bloomington South. And we go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Again, Lake Central leading it 2-0. Ordering groceries has never been easier with online shopping at Streck & Van Til. Save time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup or delivery, online coupons, rewards points, and more. Shop streckandvantil.com. Okay, we are in grad season, so ordering some of that crispy Golden Award-winning fried chicken, never a bad option. Or for Father's Day tomorrow. Happy early Father's Day to you, Dad.
Thank you. Yeah, Father's Day for a lot of these kids here, their fathers have thrown many of balls to them, caught many of balls from them. It's a never-ending battle for a father if your kid plays at this level.
Bottom of the lineup here for Lake Central coming up. Batting lineup is brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Tyler Tuffetall, Victor Villegas, and Isaac Ochoa, your scheduled hitters here in the second. Although they want to turn that lineup back over to the top and get some of those guys back in the lineup today, or back in the box here this inning. Tyler Tuffetall, the first baseman for Lake Central, takes the first pitch from Hemingway. Swing and a miss. For Tuffetall, though, he said, he told me he's been feeling a lot more confident in himself. He didn't like the way the season started, and something at some point in the season here recently just clicked. That pitch misses outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike. He ended last season with a back injury, and some of the things that they wrote about him in the articles today said that he can do a backflip. I'm guessing he's not doing that. Takes a 1-1 pitch, and now 1-2 to Tuffetall. He steps out, kind of regathering himself there. That's important. I mean, he's 7 for his last 14, so something has really clicked since this tournament started. Batting at .500, 6 RBIs, 2 extra base hits. 1-2 is now 2-2 as that pitch is up high. Home plate umpire making sure everyone's aware that it's 2-2, trying to signal to the person here doing the scoreboard who still has it 1-2 the count. This one lifted in the air to center, but drifting back and making the catch is Walker, the shortstop. So we talked about that wind kind of coming in. It kind of felt like it kind of got in the air a little bit more and then just kind of died once it got too high into the air.
Yeah, so these fielders got to know that if it gets up as high as that one got up, that it's going to knock it down.
Flag's not moving at this particular second as Victor Villegas comes to the plate. Second baseman for Lake Central. Oh, and he takes the hit by pitch. He'll get plunked on the first one. You can hear it all the way up here. And he says, I'm good. And he will trot down to first base. I don't think he's going to go. Now, these are 90 feet, so it's not a 60-yard dash, but how fast do you think you could do a 60-yard dash? Or in your heyday, when do you think?
Back in my heyday, I don't know, I was pretty quick. So I ran a sub 2-minute half, so well, I was a cross-country runner, though, not a sprinter.
I say Villegas can do it in 7.19 seconds. Isaac Ochoa comes to the dish now. First pitch to him, Villegas getting real far off that first baseline. 5 stolen bases on the year, so he will.
Yeah, Isaac squared around there, so I don't know if they're going to try to get him in scoring position, turn this lineup over.
Yeah, he tried to square around for the bunt. Here's the 1-0. We'll see what he does here. Swings away, 1-1. The count to Ochoa. Designated hitter in this Lake Central lineup today for Owen Kopersinski.
Yeah, we had talked about this on the way. Victor and Isaac both only had 3 hits in this tournament, but they both have really good at-bats where they're
scoring to bunt this time. This bunt right back to the pitcher, Hemingway, who's going to take an underhand toss over to first and retires Ochoa there on the 1-3 putout, but it's a sacrifice as Villegas with one away now at second base.
Yeah, you got a runner in scoring position to turn the lineup over. And if you look at Keegan's first hit, error, whatever it was, he was seeing the ball pretty good.
Yeah, he took that first one. He was sitting dead red, and he drove that one out to right field. They did rule it an error because it did go off of the glove of Paulaleo. But it should have been a triple, in my opinion. First pitch to O'Brien misses outside.
Yeah, I'm not the official scorekeeper, but I'm giving him a triple because I think if the guy would have made the catch, that would have been on the highlight reels on ESPN tonight. It was a pretty tough play.
Yeah, he had to run back a far way. O'Brien getting set here. Gets a little bat waggle going from that left side of the plate. Villegas dances off second. The 1-0 pitch is just on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. 1-1. And I would say from our vantage point here, we got a pretty good indication here if it's going to be a pitch inside if the bases happen to be loaded. Here's a 1-1 pitch to O'Brien. This one chopped on the ground, right side, picked up by Held, who throws to first and gets O'Brien to retire the side. We go to the third. Lake Central still leads it 2-0. You're listening to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Looking to score great deals on sports and fitness gear? Shop local at Play It Again Sports Maryville. We have new and quality used equipment for baseball, softball, golf, hockey, fitness, and more. Plus, turn your old gear into cash on the spot or create your own discount with store credit for even better deals. Whether you're training, competing, or just getting started, your locally owned Play It Again Sports keeps you in the game.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Glad you could join us on a Saturday evening down here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night.
Sun's starting to set here in downtown Indy. Warm-up still taking place. To keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. I know we got plenty of people tuned in from all over the place. I know some of the players here in the LC program playing... Well, they did play up at Hanover High Schooler today in the tournament, and some of the guys playing down here in Westfield as well. Quite a few of the freshman team. Had them featured on our airs before for some other broadcasts. So we're getting ready to start here the top of the third inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters. Blake Asquith will lead things off, followed by Reed Walker and Max Surdam. First pitch into Asquith. In there for a called strike from Kopersinski. This one fouled back to the screen. I think if they get it above that screen a little bit, you and I have a good chance here to get a foul ball.
And I'm keeping it.
Yeah. It's a Father's Day gift for you. Souvenirs.
I'll find a kid. Those back in the day just went in the bucket for your younger brother to hit.
0-2 down the right field line, but foul. Yeah, he's not doing that anymore.
No. Oh, they threw that ball back in. They were trying to get it out of play. Umpire had already thrown the ball back into play.
Well, they just throw it out, throw it to the south, Bloomington South dugout. You hit it, you keep it.
Yeah, the only thing I see here on this field is down behind the catchers for the warm-ups. There's a bench.
Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Walls will throw it down to first base. Tough it all. Steps on first. And the first out of the inning retired by Kopersinski.
Yeah, they have a bench down there for the relief pitchers, which they wouldn't do here, but I don't know if a ball could get trapped under there. That might be one weird ground rule that they have at this field.
We'll see how things play out. 5 now retired by Kopersinski. Back to the top of the lineup for Bloomington South with Reed Walker. Takes the first pitch low for a ball. Pretty nice pitch from Kopersinski there. Must have just been low.
Yeah, he's starting off the last couple batters with a fastball, really challenging these hitters.
Feels confident. Shows bunt. Pitches outside, so 2-0. Reed Walker got that rounding double to start things up. That was their first hit in over a game. 2-0. This one on the ground. This time Villegas picks it up. Over to first for out number 2. I mean, it's not often, as I was doing my reading and research, it's not often you hear about a team that advances to the state championship game by not getting a hit. No hits in that previous game in the championship. The last hit they had was in the 6th inning of the semifinal game. So it was 8 innings of no-hit baseball coming into the state championship, and Reed Walker started it up with a double. So you got to believe for Bloomington South that felt really good at that moment in time, and then things just didn't go their way the rest of the inning, thankfully. But
yeah, it's hard to get here without getting a hit. All that means is your pitching staff was really, really good that day.
1-1 the count now to Max Surdam. Grounded out to first his last time up. 353 average for Surdam coming into today. Pitch misses down and gets away from Walls. We do have awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. We got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. Swing and a miss on a 2-1 pitch, now 2-2. We've also got the Proud Indian Home Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. 2-2 chopped at the plate.
Yeah, he challenged him there with a fastball at 2-2. He wanted to see.
Yeah, see what you can get, right?
Yeah, Kopersinski, he's moving it in, moving it out. He's right now here in the 3rd inning. He's pitching a great game.
2-2 pitch. This one line, it's going to be caught, maybe on a bounce. They say out by Villegas. They throw to first just in case. Second base umpire says, yeah, he got it. So the side is retired again. They go 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Lake Central coming up. They lead 2-0. You're watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Strack & Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strack & Van Til.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Robinson, Walls, and Forsteck, your scheduled hitters here this inning. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Excuse me. Warm-up still being had here at Victory Field. Kudos to a listener who commented on the YouTube stream. Caught something I didn't even catch. This is a football rematch, the 1993 State Football Championship, Bloomington South and Lake Central. Very good catch. Lake Central's hoping that it goes a little bit differently in that game, though. That was in the 5A state championship. Bloomington South defeated Lake Central. Defeated their undefeated season, going 14-0. Lake Central's looking to best Bloomington South in this one. That pitch to Robinson upstairs, so 2-0. The count to Parker Robinson, the Oklahoma commit. Very strong arm in that infield. He is the only starter for Lake Central that also started in that 2024 state game. Gets a nice cut, 2-1. The count for Robinson. He was a starting shortstop back in 2024, the last state championship for Lake Central. Only other player in the lineup today that was a part of that game was Victor Villegas, who came in as a courtesy runner. Called strike on the outside part of the plate, so 2-2 the count now to Robinson.
Yeah, Bloomington middle infielders playing on the edge of the outfield grass, so they respect the power of Robinson to hit it hard on the ground.
And extra base hits on the year, and he got plunked. They're saying he did not swing, so it is going to be a hit by pitch because he did not swing at it. So that's 2 hit by pitches. If you're wondering who has the lead on hit by pitches on this Lake Central team, it is Andrew Brower with 12.
That's someone willing to stay in there and take one for the team.
No question.
As the old coaches used to say, we've got ice.
That's what I believe when I was working here in 24 with the coach Doug Nelson. He was put every piece of armor and body pad stuff you've got and just go out there and try to hit. First pitch into Braden Walls, who comes in today batting .433, and he got that single in the first inning. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Hemingway still on the bump from the first base side of the rubber. That pitch is on the outside part of the plate for a called strike, so 1-1 the count to Walls. 15 extra base hits. Walls, by the way, second on the team in hit by pitches. The 1-1 pitch misses upstairs to Walls, 2-1. He actually walks significantly more than he strikes out. 24 walks on the year, 6 strikeouts. It's a pretty big difference there, pretty big margin.
That's a guy who knows the strike zone.
2-1, misses downstairs, 3-1.
Yeah, that second ball tried to backdoor curveball him. It just didn't break enough to get in there.
Ken Hemingway getting the sign from his catcher, McCammon. 3-1. In there for a called strike. Walls was ready to toss the bat. Lake Central in the third base dugout, by the way. Bloomington South in the first base dugout. Pretty traditional setup here for home and away teams. Not everybody does it that way, but that one downstairs is 25th walk of the year. That's such a, for a coach, maybe not, I'm sure Coach Horschenschuber appreciates it, but it's such an underappreciated part of baseball. Now you've got 2 on with nobody out. 25 walks on the year is a huge number.
Yeah, especially coming out of your number 3 hitter. Those guys, your 3, 4, 5 guys, they're used to hitting the ball, driving in runs. They're up there hacking. So for a guy to be willing to take the pitches, make the pitcher throw strikes, that's good credit there.
So now Jacob Forstick comes up here. He sacrificed bunted his last time up. Maybe he has to do that again here. This one fouled back to the screen on the first pitch. Can tell a little frustration. He wanted a piece of that one. Either that or the way that it sounded may have caught the part of the bat and kind of ringed the hands a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he thought that was a pitch right where he wanted it, right where he thought it was going to be, and he just missed it.
9th in the state in RBIs. Would like to knock a few more in here. The 0-1. This one fouled back to the screen again on the third base side. So now 0-2. You know, he put in his bio information on the Lake Central website that he can solve a Rubik's Cube. So during Media Day, I kind of challenged him to do that. I'll give you the result here after the 0-2 pitch. Checking on the runner at second. 0-2 pitch. This one lined into right, and this will hang up just enough for a diving Polaleo. Runners going to have to get back to their bags. A rocket shot to right, but Polaleo diving out and making the catch.
Yeah, that ball was rocketed. Both runners thought it was going to be down. Right fielder playing pretty deep. The ball just hung up long enough for him to make the catch, then the runners had to get back.
So one away here in the third inning. Runners on first and second. I unofficially have Lake Central 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. But they lead where it matters most, and that's in the run category, and they lead 2-0. First pitch to Brower. In there for a called strike. Hemingway from that first base side of the rubber again. 2 on, checks the runner at second. The 0-1 pitch. Just misses low to Brower.
It seems like Lake Central taking a little more pitches than they did the first inning, where they were just jumping all over the first and second pitches.
Lake Central officially 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, so I missed one somewhere, but I'll take it. Swing and a miss. And they're saying a foul ball, so runners do not get to advance as the ball got away from McCammon. Brower, the RBI ground out his last time up. 1-2. On the ground, left side. Walker picks it up, tosses to Held at second, over to first, and in time for the double play. 6-4-3 to retire the side. We go to the fourth. Lake Central still leading 2-0. You're listening to Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the fourth inning. Lake Central still leading at 2-0. Owen Kopersinski on the mound for Lake Central still. From the printer tray to the field, Pulse Technology keeps us moving. For more information about the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, visit Pulse Technology on the web at pulsetechnology.com. Luke Arnett, Connor Couch, and Drew Polaleo, your scheduled hitters for Bloomington South. Batting lineup is brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. That was the last warm-up toss for Kopersinski. The throws down to second was Walls. So we're ready to get the fourth inning started here at Victory Field in beautiful downtown Indianapolis. Dad, as you are discovering one of the premier places to check out a baseball game, if you ever want to catch out an Indianapolis Indians game, certainly an opportunity to see them here. It is a great field. First pitch lifted in the air to center. O'Brien tracking back, camping underneath it, slapping the leather together and making the catch in center. One pitch, one out for Kopersinski. That is 8 retired now in a row.
Yeah, both pitchers have really zoned in here since that first inning. Bloomington South, first batter gets a hit. Lake Central's, there was the 3-base error and then 2 hits. There's been no hits since then.
Connor Couch, the third baseman, Columbia commit, takes the first pitch for strike one. Strike two on the outer edge of the plate. As you mentioned, Kopersinski just kind of feeling in a groove right now. This is where, if you're Bloomington South, you really want to do something to try to end this streak from Kopersinski. Ground ball left side. Friesma picks it up. The throw across the diamond is in time. The stretch by Tuffedall works.
Yeah, nice strong throw from third base there. He let the ball get right to him, set his feet, fundamentally strong, footwork, fire, follow through. That was beautiful.
We talk about, the dirt versus the turf. Any little thing can go on turf. Everything is, and this is what I talked to Tuffedall about. Everything is, no matter where it bounces, you feel like you know what kind of bounce you're going to get. On a dirt field, you don't know what kind of bounce you're going to get. First pitch, or second pitch into Drew Polaleo.
Yeah, that ball bouncing.
1-1 count to him.
The ball bouncing off the dirt could hit right where someone stepped. There could be a big divot there.
The 1-1 is inside 2-1. Could be a random pebble that wasn't raked properly or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any random pebbles here. This field is beautiful.
2-1 pitch. This one right back to Kopersinski. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. A line shot right back at him. In the Andrean game, there was a hot shot right back to the pitcher, and he backhanded it on the retrieval. That one right back to Kopersinski and gets the catch. Home plate umpire ruling catch. And that is the final out of the inning. 10 in a row retired by Kopersinski. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Lake Central leads. You're listening to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
While you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go bottom 4. Friesma, Tough It All, and Villegas, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Looking around, pretty good crowd here on hand for Bloomington South and Lake Central. Kind of a tough spot from our vantage point. A lot of fans sitting kind of farther back in the stands. They were making sure they stayed out of the sun.
Yeah, both teams travel pretty well here for the state tournament. Kids are already out of school. It's a Saturday before Father's Day. What else you got to do than come to Indianapolis, watch some baseball?
We had nothing. That's why we're here. Go ahead.
It's getting too dark to go golfing, so.
It's true. Sun has, I wouldn't say it's officially set here in Indianapolis. Still some sunlight coming out, but definitely a beautiful night here in downtown Indianapolis. So Connor Friesma digs in. And you can hear some of the fans starting to cheer his name. Trying to get something going here. A little rally started for Lake Central. We do have some fans out in the upper right field deck that have decided it's warm enough to go shirtless and wave some towels around. Wave their shirts around, as is becoming a new baseball craze. The 1-0 to Friesma misses outside, so 2-0. You and I will not be participating in that activity.
No.
There's rules in the press area. 2-0 pitch misses outside. 3-0 now to Connor Friesma.
Yeah, Friesma looked like he was sitting on a fastball there, just up and away.
Friesma been one of those guys driving in a lot of runs during this tournament time. 28 on the year, 10 of them coming since the tournament started. That pitch on the inside part of the plate for a strike. So now the count 3-1. He wouldn't mind taking a scoot down to first base or a skate down to first base. Hockey player in his own right. Plays for two different teams. 3-1 inside, and it's a leadoff base on balls to start things up. Here in the 4th inning, and now Tyler Tough It All makes his way to the dish.
Yeah, we had talked about it before the game. Lake Central with all these lefties, and they crowd the plate a little bit. They're in the box, so it's a legal thing, but this is tough on a right-handed pitcher. You know, do you want to curveball him on the back door? Do you want to get him off the plate? You got to pick your poison with this Lake Central team.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a spot in this lineup where it's, okay, I can breathe. Tough It All showing bunt, swings away. They'll go the ball right to the shortstop, who gets to the bag. The throw to first is in time, but the out at second is not recorded. It is safe at second. So Friesma is able to get to second. The shortstop, Walker, had to slowly wait for that ball to get to him. He stepped on the cushion at second. It was not in time, and then they throw to first, and they get the run in time. So 6-3 on the putout, but a runner advances to second.
Yeah, he was moving with the pitch like it was going to be a bunt. So he had a good secondary lead because the corners were kind of crashing for the bunt, which just gave him enough space to get into second base before the shortstop could get there.
So Tough It All does his job. It's not recorded as a sacrifice, but that's essentially what it is. And now Victor Villegas, who was hit by a pitch his last time up, going to try to do some work here. Hemingway deals the first pitch. Swing and a miss by Villegas. Roosevelt commit. I think I mentioned this to you before. I think you would like this. Maybe you can even challenge him. He claims to be the best pickleball player on the team. He loves him a good pickleball match.
Yeah, Lake Central's right there, St. John, Cherville area, but Crown Point's big into pickleball.
Swing and a miss. 0-2, the count to Villegas. Yeah, time called on the middle part of the infield. Something going on in left field. Somebody may have dropped something out of the outfield. Yeah, there's some kids playing catch. So the entire outfield here at Victory Field is grass, from left field pole to right field pole. Very few seats. Maybe just in the corner of right field over there is some seats, but everything else is grass. So a lot of kids sitting with blankets and then are able to play some catch. So one just got a little bit away over there. 0-2 to Villegas. That pitch misses outside. 1-2 the count.
I'm sure that was someone just showing off his arm, said I could throw it over your head.
No harm, no foul. Kids being kids out there. Love to see it. 1-2 with the runner going. This one back up the middle, and it's bobbled by Walker. The throw to first, not in time. Second error of the game for Bloomington South. This is what we talked about. When opportunities arise, you have to capitalize.
Yeah, that's the runner was going. The shortstop was kind of watching him. Then the ball gets hit up the middle, and it just took a hop right up his arm. He was in position to field it and make the play. Just didn't come up with it cleanly. But that's just another thing where we talked about this 8-9 hitter. You know, he gets on by hit by pitch. Here he hits it behind the runner who's running with the pitch. Doing the little things is how Lake Central got here.
Isaac Ochoa now at the dish. Hemingway with runners on the corners. One away here in the inning. This one fouled down the right side. Hits the facade, coming back to some of the fans just below us, below the suite area. But to our right. Zach Sinelli working the production. Don't worry, we'll protect Zach and the production equipment. This one they're getting a little bit closer to us now. That one hit the top of the facade and now hitting back to the lower level. And some gentleman in a green shirt hands it off to his son that he catches off a bounce. Sign that kid up. Here comes an 0-2 to Ochoa. This one down the right field line, and it'll hit the screen. The netting extends pretty much all the way from foul pole to foul pole. There's very little space where there's not down those lines. Get that one in. A little ball boy out there. Look at that. Love that.
All those little kids getting ball, hoping to play here when they're 15, 16, 17, and 18.
The kid's got to be like 5 years old, if that. Coach for Bloomington South coming out telling his right fielder to come in. 0-2 to Ochoa, who fouls it off again near the suites and gets it off the facade. And that's going to stay up there. That's not going anywhere. Oh, it's going to roll. Let's see if they can get to it. Oh, he got it. Nice. Standing on the seats. Ochoa still locked in. Runners on the corners. Lake Central leads it by 2. Hemingway with a long stare in. Now comes set. Ochoa. 0-2. This one bounces in. And it's stopped, but the runner at first is able to advance. Victor Villegas advances down to second on the wild pitch. Runner can't score, though. Lake Central will take it for right now because now you've got 2 runners in scoring position. Really, this just ends a double play opportunity for Lake Central.
Yeah, Jake behind the plate there. Really good stop to keep it from getting to the backstop. But anything that bounces off, you're not going to take a chance to throw down to second with a runner on third.
McCammon loses that one. Now this one right back to Hemingway. Friesma off the bag at third. He's going to be caught down in a rundown, and he's going to get tagged. And a high contact there. A lot of shoving going on as Friesma meets McCammon, and McCammon really takes the glove. And shoves it high on the chest of Friesma, and warnings are going to be issued because Friesma didn't go in for the tag. He went in, I wouldn't say head first, but he went in aggressively. And so I think warnings are going to be issued to both sides there, just trying to keep things in check. I don't know. To me, I didn't see much out of Friesma on that one. That was more coming from the catcher.
Yeah, Friesman coming down the line, he's probably a good 6-8 feet from home plate. He can't slide. He's too far away.
He's going to try to just run to the plate. He didn't put his hands in front of his chest to try to bowl him over or aggressively push him or anything.
But there's no other way to get to the plate than to run through the catcher.
Right, you're not just going to gracefully walk away.
Yeah,
you're going to try,
Yeah, you're not going to just let him tag you.
What if the catcher drops it? And now we've got some action here. I don't think they've ejected Friesma. But is the runner at first out is the question.
No.
I don't think so. But now are we going to have a pitching change? Is Hemingway... Yeah, a little confusion here because now the coach is going out to talk to Hemingway. And now the runner at first is going to go talk with their third base coach along with Villegas. I don't believe Friesma has been ejected from the game because I know the home plate umpire pointed to him and has been talking to Schwartzentruber, but I took that, the body language to me said that's a warning on him. He's got to get back to the dugout and keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't know what happened after the tag.
Definitely some guys were definitely kind of getting in. We're getting into it now. The home plate umpire chatting with the coach there for Bloomington South. So we're trying to get everything sorted out. Either way, it's a fielder's choice for Ochoa. Runner still on the corners, but this time with 2 outs. As Friesma got caught in that run down and thrown out at home. Hemingway's first pitch to O'Brien misses for ball 1. Next pitch into O'Brien, in there for a called strike. Home plate umpire was making all those calls at home, so we'll try to read the summaries here. 1-1 the count to O'Brien, who laces it down the left field line, and it goes foul. Ooh, man, I tell you what, if that had stayed fair, that was going to be rolling all the way to the corner. Nobody was getting to that one.
Yeah, I don't think if I'm the third base coach, I'm sticking my hand out there to try to bare hand grab that thing.
So 1-2 the count to O'Brien. Here's the pitch. Down the left field line again, but out of play. So again, still runners on the corners. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 7 innings of regulation. Another 1-2. This one again, just a little tardy.
Yeah, he just can't get that inside pitch that he's looking for to try to drive it to right field.
Appears to have choked up on his bat a little bit. So, based on what you're saying, is he trying to drive it the opposite way?
Well, it's taking the other outside pitch the other way, but he's looking for something on the inside.
And this one is popped in the air to left, and this is going to be caught at the shortstop position in shallow left field by Walker, so retires the side. Bloomington South is fired up coming out of their dugout because of that play at home and then getting out of it with no damage done. We go to the 5th. Lake Central still leads. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network.
Yeah, we talked about, maybe a bad hop off that infield, but here between the innings, the ground crew out there smoothing it out. So,
yeah, that's not something you're going to get at normal high school games. Yeah, nobody's raking the infield middle of the game. You got to deal with what you got out there. So now we go to the 5th inning. Jake McCammon, Boston Held, and Jonathan Winstead, your scheduled hitters. McCammon, that catcher, kind of getting involved with Connor Friesma, who's still out there patrolling third base. Owen Koprzinski still on the bump for Lake Central. Big space out in left center right now. O'Brien is shaded to the second base side of the bag out in center field. Him and Andrew Brower can almost high five out there. That's a big gap left out in left center.
Yeah.
And now we got time called here. Hold on, time. First base umpire is trying to call time, and the first pitch has been delivered to McCammon. They're trying to call. The first base umpire has been trying to call time for a good few minutes.
Yeah, ball out in right field.
There's a ball in right field, so I'm not sure if that first pitch is. Yep, he's going to wave off that first pitch, which is tough for Lake Central. If I'm Coach Schwarzenegger, I'm a little bit upset. But at the same time, the home plate or the first base umpire has been yelling, trying to call time.
Yeah. And I think McCammon saw the first base umpire walking in. I think he was taking that pitch all the way, thinking it was time.
And now strike would be 0-2. Now it's 0-1. That pitch was taken away. Connor Couch is warming up for Bloomington South. He was the guy I was expecting to maybe start. Now we got another ball in right field as that pitch got away from the catcher. The catcher just go get it. He's leaving it out there.
Time again. So the first base umpire, you have to say something. That you're the pitcher. You're closest to the umpire. You have to let your first base coach. You have to say something. Hey, we got a ball on the field.
Well, and Koprzinski wasn't even ready to pitch yet, and the catcher is just waiting out in right field for time to be. Just go get it real quick. It wasn't that far from the line. 1-1 the count here for McCammon. That pitch missing down low now. 2-1 the count. Yeah, it was. So they're going to go. Still warming up his Couch. So one of his first throws is the one that got out in right field. So now they're going to play a little closer toss to try to get his arm a little bit looser here. Swing and a miss at a high fastball from Koprzinski. McCammon 2-2 the count to him.
Yeah, he just challenged him there with a fastball, elevated. He's not catching up.
Lined out to second his last time up. 0-2, swing and a miss.
Oh, yeah, there's a backdoor curveball there. Just totally froze him.
3 strikeouts for Koprzinski, and you can hear the Lake Central faithful getting to their feet. They're getting pumped. This brings up Boston Held, the second baseman. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Talk about the aggressiveness of this Lake Central team. Pitch missing outside, 2-0. The count to Held. When asking about this team with the coaching staff, the word they kept using, or the describing of this team, the word that would come to mind, resilience. Held swings and misses at the 2-0 pitch. Now 2-1. Koprzinski, 2-1. On the edge, strike 2. The Lake Central faithful chirping and positivity. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, really nice pitch there. He's really keeping these guys off balance.
Now Jonathan Winstead, who grounded out to third his last time up. Third base coach going to talk to him. I would have to imagine that he's going to say, you know what, you got to just do something to just throw him off of a rhythm. Like, this is one of those things right now. He's getting in a rhythm, right? So the coach is like, I got to do something to throw him off his timing.
Yeah, this is, when their pitcher's just getting it, he's back on the rubber, getting ready to throw. Koprzinski's in a groove right now. That they talk about basketball players in a zone, or he's in it right now.
First pitch, missing just off the edge for ball 1 to Winstead. Comes in with a .238 average. Center fielder. That pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. To John Winstead. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Koprzinski ready. The 2-2. Lifted in the air to right, and it's going to drop in for a hit. 12 in a row had been retired, and now Jonathan Winstead breaks it up and delivers one to right center.
Yeah, first hit since the first batter of the game.
We mentioned no hits in 8 innings coming into this game, and now they've got 2 hits here in the top of the 5th with 2 away. And now their number 9 hitter, Asqui, the DH. Throw to first, not going to be in time.
Yeah, Winston on that ball just took that pitch right out to right center. Lake Central's playing these guys away, but they just placed that right where no one could get to it.
So Asqui digs in here now. Koprzinski throws the first pitch, and it's a check swing foul by Asqui, who struck out his last time up. Lake Central hoping for more of the same. Runner on first, 2 away, top of the 5th. 4A state championship game here in downtown Indianapolis. The sun is gone. The night sky has taken full effect. The lights here at Victory Field taking full effect as well. And the fans trying to inject some stamina into their boys.
Yeah, we're talking about Asqui struck out his last at bat. 3 straight strikes, 2 straight strikes here. So he's just challenging in this 9-hitter.
The 0-2, runner goes. They're going to throw down to second. Scooped up by Robinson. It's a stolen base for Winstead. His 14th of the season. And that's just, for Bloomington South, you just got to start doing something a little bit different. You got to take advantage of things.
Yeah, Walls just couldn't get that out of his glove. I don't know if it would have been a little bit closer. He got a tremendous jump, though, at first base.
The 1-2 to Asqui. Ground ball. Friesma takes it on a pop, and it gets past him. Winstead makes the turnaround third. They're going to cut it off in the middle of the diamond. The throw back to third. Robinson tries to tag him. It doesn't go. It's an error by Friesma. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs. So it didn't come back to bite Lake Central just yet, but this is where, in that first game against Zionsville of semi-state last week, there was quite a few errors in that first inning, right? And Koprzinski had to battle his way through it. A lot of walks, some defensive miscues, and he battled his way through it. Lake Central came back. They had given up 4 runs in that first inning. Lake Central comes back, 6 walks in the inning, but they ended up coming back and getting 4 runs of their own. So this is where Coach Schwarzentrooper is going to go out, and he's going to just chat and say, hey, let's refocus, get yourselves back into this.
Yeah, let's just play our game, let that one go. There's no harm, no foul yet. So let's throw strikes, get this number 1 batter. Let's just work the batter now. You can't worry about what the runners are doing on base right now. You just got to get the out.
So tying run on first base, and that's what now Villegas is going to chat with Koprzinski one last time, saying, let's get something going there. That's 7 errors now in these last 4 games for Lake Central. We talked about they're outscoring their opponents 56-18, but now 7 errors in these last 4 games. And there's a reason Coach Schwarzentrooper has gotten these guys here. He prepares them so well. First pitch to the top of the lineup, misses just outside to Walker. 1-0. Schwarzentrooper, the only coach, or the first coach, I should say, in this tournament history to take 2 different teams to state championship victories. 1-0 to Walker is now 1-1.
Yeah, that was straight fastball, challenging him. I don't think you can get it out. I don't think you can get it by us.
Koprzinski, he's ready to pitch. Walker steps back in. We talked about that kind of that stoppage by the coach, talking to his player, kind of disrupting the timing. I don't know if that's really been a factor for Koprzinski here, but ever since that, it's kind of just been, it hasn't been on track nearly as much. 1-1, chop back up the middle. Robinson going to step on the cushion at second in time to retire the side. Lake Central ends the threat. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Lake Central leads it 2-0. You're listening to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Crispy, golden, award-winning flavor, Streck & Van Til's fried chicken is voted best in the region. Perfect for any party. Skip the stress and serve the best. Order today at streckandvantil.com. Wouldn't mind for some of that right now.
There you go. And then once again, the guy that fields the ball, makes the great right play, gets tucked in base, gets to lead off the inning.
Trying to start this bottom of the fifth. It'll be Robinson, Walls, and Forstick. Your scheduled hitters. Batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. To keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check out our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website, regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. So Parker Robinson leads things off. Right-handed hitter in the Lake Central lineup. First pitch, chopper right to the third baseman. Throws over to first, and it's in time. I believe they have a new third baseman, unless they brought Couch back, which they did. He was he never left. He was warming up during the last inning. So 5-3 on the putout for Robinson. Lake Central has definitely had their share of base runners. They've left 5 on base so far here in this game. But they lead where it matters most, 2-0.
Lake Central's going to send someone down into the bullpen.
Braden Walls takes the first pitch and swings for strike one. And for Lake Central, that young man you're talking about is Mark Passo. Comes the 0-1 to Walls, who takes it down the left field line, hits the screen, and Passo tries to make a play at it, but it's just past him.
Yeah, I don't know if Passo will come in, but you got Kobrzinski's he's in a groove. He's throwing probably close to 80 pitches.
Back up the middle. Walls running down to first. Ball gets away from Walker. That should be a hit. It was smothered and stopped by Walker from going further out into center field. So that should be a hit for Walls, his second of the game. Yeah, they do give it a hit for Lake Central.
Yeah, two hits and a walk. Putting the ball in play, that's what you like from your number 3 hitter.
Now, I am looking at the Lake Central game changer as well. They have O'Brien 1 for 3 with that triple. So the only people in the ballpark who thought that wasn't a triple is the official score. There was a questionable one in 24, if I remember as well, and I didn't follow what the board said. I went rogue. Forstick trying to muscle one off there. 0 for 1 on the day. 1-1 the count to him.
Yeah, Wall's down there at first base jumping around trying to get some attention, maybe throw the pitcher off.
Hemingway still on the bump as he steps off. Worried about that runner Walls at first base. Hemingway comes set, 1-1, just inside on four-stick. By the way, it took him about 7 minutes to get that Rubik's Cube solved. I think he was a little frustrated at the timing on that one because he had whatever maneuver he had down. He just couldn't figure something out. It's not bad.
No.
7 minutes better than I could do. 2-1. Called strike, 2-2. To be fair, figuring it out is any better than I can do.
Yeah, unless I can break it and put it back together.
Steal the stickers off. Runner at first, one away. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Hemingway comes set. Walls gets the jump. He leads, and it's fouled away by four-stick. So Walls will have to head back to first base. Do see some Lake Central fans down that third base line, over by the bullpen. They've got the rally shirts going.
Yeah, that was definitely a hit and run. He was running, and the batter was just protecting.
Didn't want to be called for strike three, so fought that one off. Hemingway set. Wall's not going this time. Pitch is a short roller, but it's going to be fouled on the third baseline. It's Lake Central has done a pretty good job of working some really good at-bats against Hemingway here. Whether they're getting all the results they wanted, not necessarily, but they've worked some deep counts. Hemingway now at 74 pitches. And to your point, Koprzinski at 83.
Yeah, see, that was Lake Central's first hit since the first inning.
This one right, and it takes a shot off of Hemingway and into right center. Walls making the turnaround second. Forstick making the dig into second. They bobble into the outfield. Everyone is safe. Second and third take advantage. Lake Central. And now we've got time on the infield. The catcher going out. What are they going to say? Are they checking to make sure the pitcher's okay? Because that was a hot shot off of the pitcher, Hemingway. And that's what ricocheted over to second base. And then, are they saying no pitch? Or are they saying no visit?
No, that's good. Like an injury there, no visit.
Yeah, okay. Because the last time the umpire signaled that off, he said it was to wave off a pitch. And I think that's what Coach Schwarzenegger's trying to double check. He's like, wait, I don't think he's going to care about the visit. He's like, yeah, I don't care about that. All right, sweet. Let's go. Let's get back. I thought he was going to say no pitch, and everybody had to go back.
Yeah, held soon as it was hit. He saw it going up the middle. He was moving to his right. And it took him a while to register that it ricocheted out to the outfield, and the outfielders just couldn't pick it up.
So I'm going to say single, and then, I don't know, no errors awarded on that. Runners at second and third, and now it's Brower who fouls one down the left field line. But runners at second and third with just the one out.
Yeah, Forstick just hustling right out of the box. There's no way he should have been able to get to second base, but he was running hard the whole way. I don't think the center fielder saw it ricochet that much towards right field.
We might have an error on the second baseman.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would credit him with an error. It just kept rolling.
Yeah, it rolled into the right center, then it kind of bobbled out there in right. 1-1 the count to Brower, who's 0 for 2, but does have an RBI in this game. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Coach McNamara had some positive things to say about Brower when I talked to him. Said he's highly intelligent, and he tends to have a clutch gene about him. Had some game-winning hits when he was a JV player. Coach McNamara, the JV coach here for Lake Central. And now Hemingway steps off. Brower hoping to have a little bit more of that clutch in him here. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2.
Yeah, he saw that pitch really well. He didn't even bite at that low ball.
Hemingway with a long look in to McCammon behind the dish, taking his time. Now comes set, checks the runners. 2-2. Short chopper on the right side. Held, picks it up, the throw to the plate. Not going to be in time! McCammon couldn't hold on. Walls was going to score anyway. It was a good throw by Held up the third base line. Walls just getting there in time. Lake Central leads 3-0.
Yeah, when the infield's playing in, you almost need a ball hit directly at you if you got a good runner at third. If it's hit to one side or the other, that's a tough play to move to your right or move to your left, set your feet, throw it to the plate. It's not a force. You got to catch that ball and then turn around and tag. That's a tough play.
So Brower gets that little clutch RBI. He's got 2 in the game. Runners on the corner, 1 away. Runner goes from first. They don't throw to second. You and I were talking about this in the previous game. It's almost like a guarantee. You don't want to throw the ball into center field, so you would actually cut your shortstop in the middle part of the field, right, to try to prevent that from happening?
Yeah, the only problem there was Brower was running hard. There's times where you see that runner, they call it trying to get into a pickle, where they're going halfway to try to draw that throw.
Because the runner's on third to try to score.
Correct. So if they can get it to throw all the way down, then that guy on third, you got to have a guy on third that's fast.
2-0 the count to Friesma here. He's walked and lined out in this one. Hemingway set. Runners on second and third. Friesma takes it for a strike. Didn't like the call. Lake Central fans didn't like the call. So 2-1 to Friesma. Trying to get something going here. Has more runners to try to score.
Ball 3 here, 3-1. He's going to be sitting on a fastball. You don't want to throw another curveball.
He's 4 for his last 16 with 10 RBIs. He's got 11 and 12 sitting out there. 3-1. Down the left field line, but will get out of play. And that shoots all the way back to the front after a hit about 12, 13 rows back, and then all the way back to the first row.
So the usher's walking down, making sure everybody's okay.
Hemingway at about 85 pitches right now. A 3-2 coming to Friesma. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away in the inning. First strikeout for Lake Central.
Yeah, that really fooled him, that backdoor curveball. I don't think that's what he was thinking was coming on a 3-2 count, but it was effective, just caught him off balance. He tried to protect, he just couldn't get a piece of it.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 out, runners on second and third. Tyler Tuffetall. 0 for 2 in the game. First pitch to him, upstairs, ball 1. Going to be going to Calumet College of St. Joseph next year. One of the seniors on this Lake Central team. Really been getting hot as of late. Second pitch into him, misses inside, 2-0.
Yeah, he might be sitting on the fastball here too. You know that pitcher doesn't want to go get behind 3-0 and load the bases.
And he's not afraid to rocket one out there. That one 3-0 on the pitch outside. And they might be maybe pitching around Tuffetall a little bit here. He's found an extra level of confidence here at the end of this season and trying to confidently deposit one into the bleachers. Takes that one inside. He will confidently walk down to first base with the base on balls.
Yeah, he wasn't going to swing at a bad pitch. He was going to make him bring it in there. You know, Bloomington might be thinking, well, here's my 8-hitter now instead of a 7-hitter, but Victor's been productive.
He's reached via the hit by pitch and an E6. So he's gotten on both times.
And he has a lot of good at-bats since sectionals. He really battles up there.
First pitch to him, lifted in the air to right center, going and giving chase is Winstead, who makes the catch on the run in right center. Lake Central tacks on one more. We go to the sixth. Lake Central leads it 3-0. You're listening to Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. We go to the sixth inning here at Victory Field in Indianapolis. Nightlife and night lights are on full effect. See the lights from the hotels given in the backdrop. Really nice picturesque view here from Victory Field. Happy to be along with you on this ride here on a Saturday night. Michael Bradner here along with my dad, Ron Bradner. Zach Sinelli working the production here on site with us, doing a phenomenal job as always. He's doing, what do we call this, a triple header. He had the two games yesterday with Couts and Drayen. Congratulations to the Couts Mustangs on their state championship yesterday. Max Surdam leads off for Bloomington South. That pitch is in there for a strike. The count now 1-1 to him. Luke Arnett and Connor Couch, your scheduled hitters after that. More bullpen action for Bloomington South. Next pitch is chopped on the left side. And it's Walker who is warming up for Bloomington now. So 1-2. The count here to Surdam. This one shot right back to Koprzinski, who bobbles, throws to first, and it's in time. There's a chopper right back to Koprzinski, who took it off of his chest. And then he whips it over to first base. Tough-it-all says, I got you, man. We're good.
Yeah, he's in great fielding position. After he throws the ball, he's set perfectly with his feet balanced, so a ball that's hit at him, he could just knock it down and throw it to first.
And working quickly is Arnett, the only left-hander in the lineup, as we mentioned, for Bloomington. Takes the first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 ripped foul just above the Lake Central dugout.
Yeah, started him off with that curveball to try to get him off balance there. Check swing, just not enough to get the strike. 1-1.
We do have rewards we're going to hand out at the end of this game. We've got that Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game, the Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game, and the Proud Union Home play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. Koprzinski had retired 12 in a row in the middle of this game. Gave up a hit there in the fielder's choice last inning, and now trying to get out of this one. 1-2-3. Foul by Arnett. So still 2-2 to the first baseman, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Lake Central trying to claim their third state title, as this one is lined into a hot shot into right center field. Arnett will make the turnaround first. He'll not go any further than first base, and it's a one-out single for Luke Arnett, his first of the game, and now Connor Couch makes his way to the dish. Just kind of turned on that one, deposited it in the right center field. We're not seeing a whole lot of guys really turning it down the poles either way. We have a courtesy runner coming in for South. That is going to be Jarrett McLaughlin. Would you agree, though? We haven't really seen too many go down the pole sides.
Yeah.
Nobody's pulling the ball too strongly here.
Yeah, I don't think either pitcher is letting guys just challenge them inside with fastballs.
Runner to first. There's a tag. He's out. Runner tried to steal. Kopersinski made the throw to first, and Tough It All says, have a seat on the bench, sir. Huge for Lake Central.
Yeah, Bloomington South coach can't be happy with that.
They bring in the courtesy runner, and he gets thrown out on an attempted steal. First pitch to Couch, misses 4-1. There's the 1-0 pitch. Missing just outside, 2-0.
Yeah, down by 3 runs, you need every base runner you can get. You can't be making a mistake.
Pitch inside, 3-0 to Couch, the third baseman, who was warming in the Bloomington South bullpen, and now Walls is going to go out and chat with Kopersinski here.
Yeah, just settle him down a little bit. Say, hey, we got 2 outs, Just give him what you got here. Let's work on this batter. If we need to bring someone in for the 7th, that's what we'll do.
Do want to recognize the IHSAA recognizing an outstanding official. A name we have heard many times up north is George Plesac. So congratulations to Mr. Plesac on his award being named the outstanding official here this baseball season. That pitch to Couch is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Plesac does baseball and basketball as well, and football. He's a man of many sports. 5-pitch walk to Connor Couch. So now Drew Paulaleo. 0 for 2 on the day, and looks like Schwartz and Troop are going to come out and have a chat with Kopersinski. Might be making a change and a call to the pen. We'll see here. Hasn't made a signal yet, but he's making his way to the mound. And now the home plate umpire will go and try to break this up. Kopersinski at 97 pitches, so he gets a limit of 120. Obviously, you're not worried about days of rest because this is the final game of the season.
Yeah, you got the whole summer to rest the rest of this. This is it. Win or lose, there's no more days this summer.
There's travel ball, but we're not talking about the IHSAA season. So, yeah, this is literally the final event of the IHSAA season. All of the sporting events have concluded. Paulaleo swings and misses at the first pitch from Kopersinski. Kopersinski comes set, checks the runner at first. Here's the 0-1. Misses just down low. What an experience here to pitch 5 2/3 so far. Still going here in a state championship game as a sophomore. Doesn't happen often. The 1-1 just misses inside. 2-1.
Yeah, and it'll take quite a bit to get that runner to score from first. Kopersinski, with that little hesitation when he picks that foot up, has got that runner going back to first most times. He's not getting a very good jump in secondary lead.
He had 0 pickoffs during the regular season, according to the stats found on Max Preps. So you go from having 0 to getting 1 in the state championship game.
Yeah, he's got a really good move, and I think he had 1 in semi-state, didn't he? I can't remember. Maybe not.
2-2. Swing and a miss. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Lake Central trying to tack on more. You're listening to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us on a Saturday night. Lake Central leading Bloomington South 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Hemingway still on the bump for Bloomington South.
Yeah, both these pitchers giving it everything they've got. Every pitch is a high leverage pitch now. So
I will say I'm biased. We're all biased when it comes to high school sports, obviously, because people who listen care about high school sports. But there is just it's something different. I mean, granted, yes, college you get the heart, you get the hustle. NBA, you get it, or just pro sports in general. NBA, MLB, NHL, whatever. But there's money involved, so guys are going to play it safe and try not to hurt. High school, everybody's just all out. That's all these kids know is go all out.
Yeah, you're just here to have fun. You're with your buddies. It's like playing wiffle ball in the backyard.
Isaac Ochoa will lead things off for Lake Central, then back to the top of the lineup with Keegan O'Brien and Parker Robinson. So we'll see how this goes, because this will be starting the 4th time through the lineup, and 4th time these guys are going to start seeing Hemingway here. First pitch to Ochoa, in there for a strike.
Yeah, Hemingway still throwing strikes, still throwing really good pitches.
He's really not pitching poorly. This one in the air to right, and gonna plop in and roll all the way to the wall. Polaleo couldn't come up with it. Ochoa on his horse around second. Blooped it in there. Polaleo dove for it, didn't come up with it. It drove all the way to the wall.
Yeah, out in right field, you're trying to make the play. You're down by 3 runs. It's the 6th inning. You're trying to get the out, but you really got to keep that ball in front of you.
And we'll rule that a triple for Isaac Ochoa. So starts the bottom of the 6th inning off with a leadoff triple. That is the 2nd time in this game Lake Central has done that. They did here officially. They've ruled the leadoff hit from Keegan O'Brien as an error, but we all know it was a triple. And now back to the top of the Lake Central lineup with Keegan O'Brien, who takes the first pitch out for ball 1.
Yeah, an insurance runner would be huge if you can go up 4. Yeah, Bloomington having to bring the infield in. They got their work cut out for them.
Next pitch to O'Brien is in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, the entire infield in right on the grass and dirt there.
Yeah, they got to cut this run off. Ball got away down the left field corner there for Lake Central's bullpen.
Mark Passo warming up still over there just in case Koprzinski can't go the full 7. Lake Central would love to tack on a few more here this inning. The 1-1 on the ground. This will be out of play, though, on the right side. Lake Central leads it 3-0. We go here in the bottom of the 6th inning, so Bloomington South in regulation only has 3 more outs to play with. Time called here at the dish as O'Brien steps out. Now he'll work his way back in. Toes on the line nearest the plate. Bends at the knees. Keeps that bat straight behind him. Hemingway shakes that he wants the pitch from McCammon. It's the 1-2. And this one's a chopper on the right side in the hole to Held. Held will throw to first as Ochoa held his ground at third base. So 4-3 on the putout.
Yeah, he wasn't going to take any chances to get thrown out at the plate. He goes, I got Parker coming up, and then I got Brent Walls. It's I'm scoring here. I don't think they can get 3 outs before I get in. So I'm not going to make a dumb play. I'm going to stay here and stay safe.
Robinson has an RBI single, has been hit by a pitch, and has grounded out. Infield still in on the grass. First pitch to Robinson. This one lifted in the air to center. This will also drop in for a hit. Ochoa coming in. Winstead on the dive, couldn't come up with it, and Lake Central leads it 4-0. Two RBI singles for Parker Robinson in this one. He must have had a good meal of steak and potatoes earlier before the game. He told me he's a good cook, and he likes to cook steak and potatoes. Now, here's one for you. The potatoes are going to have gravy on it, and they're like baked potatoes with gravy on it.
Yeah.
And I did ask him. He likes a little in between the medium rare and medium temperature on the steak, which is obviously the right answer.
Yeah, you don't want it.
As the steak fans around the world are going to start a conversation.
Yeah, you don't want the jockey marks on there, but you don't want it tough as a piece of leather shoe.
That's true. Braden Walls takes that pitch upstairs. So Robinson with the RBI single makes it a 4-0 Lake Central lead. Braden Walls would like to drive in, or at least keep this lineup moving. One of the hottest hitters in this lineup. Really turned it on in that month of May. One big reason Lake Central went 15-3 in the month of May. We did that Munster LC game. At that time, Walls was hitting, 382? Hitting 382. And then literally 1 month later, on June 1st, he was hitting 443. So in the course of a month, really building that average. 2-1, lifted in the air, high and deep to left, but camping underneath it and making the catch is Surdam. So he'll make the out in left. And now Jacob Forstick.
Yeah, that one he went the other way, just got it just too high in the air, hung up there, left fielder make an easy play, camps underneath it, makes his play. But now you got Forstick, another tough lefty.
He has had an RBI in every single game of this tournament run. Was Forstick, is now the runner down to second, and in there safely, couldn't hold on to it, was Walker. So Robinson with a stolen base, his 18th of the year. Yeah, since this tournament started back in late May, Forstick has 8 RBIs and has one in all 6 games. So looking for one here in this one. He does not have an RBI. And now a runner in scoring position at second base with 2 outs. The 0-1 fouled straight back, 0-2.
Yeah, that's the kind of production you want out of your 4-hitter. And Robinson with that stolen base puts him in scoring position.
0-2 comes inside on four-stick. So 1-2 the count to him.
Yeah, Jake with a great stop there behind the plate. That looked like it was coming all the way back to the screen, and he got over just enough to block it, keep it in his glove.
You hear the Lake Central fans with their claps trying to get Lake Central going here. Hemingway checking that runner at second. The 1-2 down the left field line will get out of play. This Lake Central program, we mentioned, second appearance in the last 3 seasons. They were eliminated in sectional championship game last year. Won the state title in 24. Trying to do that again here in 26. The win here today will give them their 10th state championship in school history. For the entire school. That includes wrestling, that includes swimming, that includes basketball. Any sport, Lake Central has 9 current state championships. A win here will be their 10th, and they will become the 3rd school in state history to win both a softball and a baseball state championship in the same season. New Palestine and Penn.
Yeah, that just is mind-blowing that you could get your boys and girls to both win.
2-2, chopper on the left side, picked up by Walker. To throw to first is in time to retire the side. We go to the 7th. Lake Central, 3 outs away from a state championship. You are listening to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Looking to score great deals on sports and fitness gear? Shop local at Play It Again Sports Maryville. We have new and quality used equipment for baseball, softball, golf, hockey, fitness, and more. Plus, turn your old gear into cash on the spot or create your own discount with store credit for even better deals. Whether you're training, competing, or just getting started, your locally owned Play It Again Sports keeps you in the game.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. We go to the top of the 7th. Owen Koprzinski still on the mound for Lake Central. Warm-up still taking place. We do have awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We've got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They're proud to recognize superheroes on the baseball diamond. We got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then, of course, the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. The Lake Central faithful on their feet behind third base, cheering on their boys. They are 3 outs away from another state championship. First pitch from Koprzinski in there for a strike on Jake McCammon. McCammon held and Winstead your scheduled hitters. 6, 7, 8 hitters. The 0-1 missing for ball 1 at 1-1.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs here. Koprzinski's just going to let it rip here until he can't pitch anymore.
1-1 in there for strike 2.
Yeah, 3 straight fastballs. He's like, hey, here it is.
A 1-2. Swing and a miss. The 6th strikeout for Koprzinski.
Yeah, and then a big hook there. He just set him up with those fastballs. He had him guessing all the way. And on that last pitch, guessing wrong.
Boston held the first pitch. Strike 1.
Yeah, back to the fastball. Getting ahead of these batters.
Time called by the hitter.
Yeah, these guys got to do something to get Koprzyński off his rhythm.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. The 0-1 swing and a foul tip, 0-2.
So he gets him 0-2. Is he going to come with the hook, the same thing they did to the first batter, or outside fastball again?
0-2 inside for ball one.
Yeah, I think he just missed his spot there. The catcher lining up a little bit outside.
The 1-2. Low for ball two, 2-2. These three in the lineup that Koprzyński's facing this inning. Currently 1 for 7. 0-2, lifted in the air, high and deep to left. Drifting back is Forstick, who camps underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Held gave that a ride. He just said way too high to get it out of here.
And now Winstead, who's 1 for 2 of the scheduled hitters this inning, the only one with a hit. If he can get on, Blake Asquith, the DH, due up and then back to the top of the lineup for Bloomington South. First pitch. Popped up. Left side. Robinson makes the catch. And Lake Central captures their second state championship in 3 seasons. 2012, 2024, and now 2026. As the dog pile next to the pitcher's mound, Lake Central will take the trip back up I-65 as the Class 4A state champions. And the state championship stays in the Duneland Athletic Conference. The coaching staff has put in so much work. They're so devoted. And now they will embrace their players who have also had the devotion, have put in the work, have believed, have been resilient all season long.
And to take a sophomore as your starting pitcher. Complete game, dominant the whole game.
Koprzyński pitched a gem of a game here today against a Bloomington South team that had come into this game not having a hit in 8 innings and started off with a ringing double right to start things up. Put the pressure on early, and then Koprzyński went to work immediately.
Yeah, starting off the game with the double after not getting a hit at all the last game. Couldn't get him in. Koprzyński just dominated. Only giving up 3 hits the whole game, so you can't ask much more from that.
The congratulations pouring in from all over the region. You know, it's something different about the region. You know, no matter what school were to be in this case, everyone in the region wants that school to win, right? We want our area, our little neck of the woods here in Indiana to get the win. So, you know, even the Munsters, the Crown Points, congratulating the Lake Central Indians. We're going to wait to find out. They will announce the Mental Attitude Award winner. The Bob Gardner, Phil Gardner, and LV Phillips Mental Attitude Award. It's going to go to one of the participants of both schools, or one participant from one of the schools. It does not automatically mean that the winning school gets the winner.
I am going to take a shot in the dark and say that it is going to go to someone from Lake Central, just based on my years of covering this. But, we talked about that word resilient kind of resounding with this team, and that's been the case starting off the way that they did. The narrative was they weren't, 8-6 to start the year, 8-5, in the month of April, and then turned it on in May and turning things around. And it was the hitting that got it. But today, the pitching really stepped up. And we knew it would, right? Because we saw that in semi-state. We saw Koprzinski, Passo, those guys really stepping up and doing the thing here to get the state championship. The hitting was timely as well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you have to hit to win. But defense wins championships, and it starts with the guy on the mound.
Lake Central also limiting the amount of errors. That was something that was plaguing them early in the year as well. Numerous errors that were costing them games. We've done games where it looked like they were going to lose a game, or they did lose a big lead in a game.
Yeah, today the one error didn't hurt them because Koprzinski buckled down, got him out of the trouble. I just can't say enough about that kid.
58-18 is how you end it. Lake Central outscoring their opponents. We talked about them scoring 9 runs a game, so kudos to Bloomington South. Kept them to only the 4 runs.
Yeah, and then to give up a couple right off the bat, and then he settled down. And Lake Central scored 2 right off the bat, didn't score again to the 5th inning. So
and they did award the Mental Attitude Award, and it is someone from Bloomington South, and I believe it is Blake Asquith. So Congratulations to him on earning the Mental Attitude Award. One of the cool things that just kind of nominates a player from one of the schools they get a scholarship from the insurance company. So just a really cool moment for that player. Unfortunately, when you're on the losing end of the state title game, you're happy to walk away with some cash, I guess, but you would rather be walking away with a state title ring.
Yeah, wearing the ring.
But Lake Central does the thing. They win it. And for Lake Central fans, they win it in 7. They didn't have to go 12 innings like they did in 24. That was the longest state championship game in IHSAA history. We still would be going at this if we were doing that 12-inning game. We should be going at this for a little over an hour, if that was the case.
Yeah, I'm getting older. That's a little late for me.
A little late past your bedtime there.
I have to take a nap on the way home.
Yeah, that's why that's why I'll drive. That's fine. But Lake Central winning the state championship and also becoming the 3rd school in state history to win both softball and baseball state championships in the same season. They joined New Palestine and Penn. New Palestine doing it in 2004, Penn doing it in 2023, and now Lake Central in 2026.
Yeah, Bloomington South here getting their medals. They should keep their heads up. They played a great game too. Lake Central, just some timely hitting. Some of them that just fell out of the reach of the fielder. One thing goes your way one time, who knows?
Official box score is being presented to us. Appreciate Jason for that. But Owen Koprzinski, we'll talk about these numbers for everybody once we get to our awards. We mentioned it in 2024 when Lake Central won that Mike Schwartzentruber, now his coach, was the first coach to coach 2 different schools to a state championship. He did with North Posey in both I had the number here. Where'd it go? 2005, 2006. And then Lake Central in 24. So he's a 3-time state champion, and now he's just captured his 4th state championship. So he has now coached 2 schools to 2 state championships. That's pretty incredible in his 10th season at Lake Central, and going to be entering his 30th season overall next year.
Yeah, all those kids have confidence in him as a coach. To his philosophy is what wins games. So listen, and we'll be there. He must know what he's talking about.
Lake Central in 2023 ended with 27 wins. 2024, they ended with 25 wins. Last year, they ended with 25 wins. This year, they will end with 28 wins. They came into this game, in this tournament, batting over 300, almost 400, 392. And they score 4 more runs here today as Bloomington South is presented their runner-up trophy. And now we'll take you into the public address announcer as they present Lake Central their awards. Well, Lake Central takes their state championship trophy, and you can hear the crowd screaming LC behind third base as the boys all touching the trophy, the photographers all getting their shots. I'm not sure who's going to be the one drinking the milk. That may have happened already. There we go. And it looks like Keegan O'Brien's going to be the one to drink the milk. Yeah, he's going to drink the milk here. The state champions have been drinking milk here recently, as they do after the Indy 500 as well. So Keegan O'Brien gets that honor.
Yeah, it makes the body strong.
Yeah,
you got to love some milk.
Strong bones. I tell you what, for the O'Brien brothers, how about the O'Brien family, right? Q gets to have a state championship. He gets to have the game-winning RBI on the inside pitch to walk it off in 24. Keegan O'Brien starts things up with a rousing double or triple to get things going for Lake Central, score the first run.
Yeah, it starts with him. He's your leadoff batter. He sets the tone, and he didn't waste any time today.
All right, we got awards we're going to hand out at this time. Actually, one thing I do want to note, we had somebody that commented on at least the YouTube stream. What a way to come back. You had Bloomington South and Lake Central that matched up back in 1993 in the football state championship. Bloomington South getting the win in that one. So it took a few years, but Lake Central gets to avenge that loss to Bloomington South, and now they get the win in the baseball state championship 4-0 as they make their way out to right field. They're going to stand in right field with the Victory Field video board behind them that it says IHSAA Class 4A State Champions, and it says Lake Central once again for the second time in 3 seasons, third time in program history. All right, those award winners, let's go ahead and name our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond.
Yeah, we got Owen Kopersinski just pitched a heck of a game. He gave his heart the whole thing. Gave up a hit to start the game, then pretty much just shut them down. Everyone's going to score here or there, but he just shut Bloomington down.
Kopersinski went 7 innings, gave up just 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts in about 113 pitches, I think was the final count for him. What a gem for the sophomore. Lake Central gets him for 2 more years. And I'm telling you right now, as a guy who's a sophomore pitching a state championship game, I know Lake Central has guys in the pipeline. They are really excited about this upcoming freshman class, the freshman class that was just playing this past year. They are really excited about them. So don't be shocked if you see Lake Central back here in the next season or 2 trying to reclaim this championship yet again. But Owen Kopersinski, our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, absolutely dominant performance by him on the bump today for the Indians. Our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
Yeah, Brandon Walls just played a great game. Got a couple hits, set the tone. That first inning, he gets the single to make it 3 hits in a row. Just a fabulous game.
Braden Walls behind the dish today. He did have those 2 hits. Really called a gem of a game for Kopersinski. He did have a walk in this game as well. Was responsible for 5 putouts as well. So really impressive game by Braden Walls. Very intriguing player. A guy who once wanted to be a goalie in hockey. Now a tremendous backstop here for Lake Central. I think he made the right choice in switching from hockey to baseball.
Yeah, it's there's some hockey all over the place here now, but baseball in the region is baseball in the region.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, our Proud Union Home Play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union ironworker today.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good plays, but the one that really lit it up, Owen Kopersinski, the pickoff at first base. They're Lake Central up 3-0. Bloomington gets a guy on base. You think they're going to make a run, and Owen picks him off. Just a great play.
Well, and then the next guy walks right after that. But, yeah, the courtesy runner came on at first base. First thing that happens, Kopersinski throws over to first with that left-handed pickoff move and gets the runner out there. Just really helps solidify, like, okay, I think, you never want to say it's in the bag, but at that point it was like, okay, things are just going LC's way. It almost feels in the bag here at this point. All right, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Coordinating producer is Zach Miller. Sports director, Mike DeWan. Your broadcast crew, myself, Michael Brenner, along with my dad, Ron Bradner. Producer Zach Zanelli on site here. He did 3 games this weekend, and he's got a doubleheader again. Or a doubleheader tomorrow or singleheader tomorrow? Singleheader tomorrow. All right, well, it's going to feel like a doubleheader by the time you get out of here. So good work, as always, Zach. Always love working with you. Big thanks to Coach Schwartzentruber of Lake Central for chatting with us all season long. And, of course, Coach Klusener for getting us everything we needed for the game today from Bloomington South. Can't talk enough about how great Mike Schwartzentruber is, not only as a coach but working with us as well. A lot of guys around Northwest Indiana do great work with us. Mike is at the top of that class. Thanks to athletic directors Chris Enyart and R.J. Holmes from Lake Central and Bloomington South. And, of course, everyone here at Victory Field. Jason really doing a phenomenal job, as always, getting us what we needed. The stats and everything that we need at the broadcast location, making sure all equipment is all set up. Just a really great job, and everyone here at Victory Field. And, of course, you, the viewers on YouTube, Facebook, and regionsports.com. Without all of you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here on a day-to-day basis. So thank you very much for all your coverage. We appreciate you tuning in to everything that we have provided all year long. It starts with football season. It ends with baseball, because now the academic year has officially come to a close for the IHSAA, and we'll see you back in no time with IHSAA football. And we've got Cal Ripken baseball coming up in August, so we're not going far. We will we'll have plenty more here on the Region Sports Network, but just thank you for everything you all, the fans, have provided. For the final time, Lake Central is state champions once again. They take that nice drive up I-65 with the state title trophy, their third in program history. Thank you very much, everyone, for everyone at the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.